I'm resetting the NHL to a fantasy draft and will be selecting 20 players to build my team. For today's challenge, I will not be able to select any players that were born in North America. After we have a squadron of 20, we will assemble the lines and simulate through the season with the hopes of winning the ultimate prize. Let's find out what squad we're representing for today's draft. It is going to be the Florida Panthers, the back-to-back. Well, let's go ahead and make that 3 Stanley Cups for this team. That's a good one, jabroni. No, don't even think about it. All right, cats, let's see what we can do here. I think we're going to have draft pick number 9. It's the first one that came to mind. Let's see how wrong I am. Top 10 would be pretty cool. So we get 30. That's chill. No North Americans, you say. You know what? We're going real weird today. I'm starting off with a goaltender. Igor Shesterkin, 92 overall. Let's make it happen. And then the fantastic Finn himself, Sebastian Aho, right here. 91 overall, 27 years old, two-way forward. Don't mind if I do. I could grab Ovechkin to play on his wing. Wouldn't be a bad idea. And I think Ovi's actually won us 2 cups, so I don't make the rules here. Anze Kopitar would be nice, but yeah, I don't know where we could put him. Second line center, 89 overall, though. It's a bit of an overkill. We also have 0 defense so far. Not too hyped about that. Who needs defensemen when you've got Igor Shesterkin in the net? Am I right? Just because we can. Let's get some offense from our defense and sign EK65. 10 milli? Yeah. And then we can add some shutdownness right here with Ekholm, defensive defenseman. I say we do it. So I will. What are we looking at cap-wise here? Oh, wow. We've already eaten $40 million of cap through 5 players. Not ideal, but we're going to eat some more here. Zuccarello, 4.1. He'll actually still be there next round, I think. Lindholm, probably not. So I'm going to go with Lindholm now, and then we're going to take Zuccarello. Sound like a plan? Too bad, because we're doing it. Oh, no, it was the big gap. He might be... I feel like he'll still be here. Oh, yeah, of course. Without fail, Zuccarello. The guy. He's only making 4.1 as well, so that seems like a good pickup for us right now. He's one of few, or maybe the only Norwegian in the NHL. I'm not really sure. Okay, it looks like Lilleberg is also active, so 2. Do we just continue to stack up our defense? I think we do. Ivan Provorov, is he left-handed? Ooh. Oh, well, still gonna take him. Do we just continue to eat up cap here for fun and deal with it later? I kind of think we do. My boy, Rickard Rakell, 85 overall. 5 milli. Two-way forward. Say less. We could go with a Dane, another 85 overall right winger. I don't think we really need right wingers right now, but I'm gonna send it. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I feel like right winger is like a tongue twister. Like if you try to say it really fast, it just doesn't work. What about the Swiss sensation Suter? A centerman. We need those. You're hired. I think for our next selection, we go with David Kampf. That'll be our 3rd centerman, 82 overall. He'll probably want to be on the 3rd line. I'm going to try to actually get 4th liners as well. I want our chemistry to be unbelievable. 8 players remaining, 17 mil. Very doable. Our backup is going to be 6'5". Wow, what a beast. Johansson, 80 overall, making 775. Perfect fit. We're going to have Shesterkin play 84 games anyway. We actually need left wingers somewhat desperately here to the point that I'm willing to spend some money. I think we can kind of get the best of both worlds here with Nemesnikov. He's 83 overall, 2 million, which based on the other salaries here is pretty darn good. And center/left wing, that's our guy. So you're telling me there's a fantastic Finn who's making 1.4, and on top of that, he's 6'7". Need I say more? I don't really know where he's going to fit in the lineup, but at 1.5 and 83 overall, I think Gus Nyquist is a pretty good ad. He's a playmaker. Do I do it? Yeah, fine. Ooh, a grinder in the center position, Oskar Sundqvist. That right there is free real estate. I'm going to sort by physicality here. I want to try to find some players that do want to be on the 4th line. Obviously, Oskar Sundqvist is probably going to want to be a 3rd liner, so we got to find 2 players that want to be on that 4th line. I have never heard of this guy, but he's 77 overall. He is 6'7", and he's a grinder. I guess he could play on the wing. I don't know. Why not? I feel like I just got to take one of these guys, Backlund, Eller, Haula. I know we have a lot of centers already. I know that we wanted to get role players, but we have the salary cap. I feel obligated. Backlund's got the 88 faceoff rating, which is huge, so I think he might be our guy here. He's also 4.5 million, which eats up a good chunk of that cap. Very good defensively overall. Sure. After all that, we really only have one fourth liner, but our defense should be chilling. I just gotta hope that Lindholm is a top 4 and not a top 2. A very interesting team nonetheless, though. Let's go put these lines together and see what we can cook up. Paul Maurice, the man, the myth, the legend. It was kind of controversial. Some people like the idea of coaches not shaking the players' hands. Some people not the biggest fan. Wow, our last pick of the draft, they want him to be the second line centerman. I mean, yeah, we're not really super deep defensively. Liam, buddy, what are you doing here? Greentree and Liam, you're gone, Jackie Moon. Down to the AHL you go. Yeah, I'm not really sure Gus was the move. He's going to be a fourth line forward. Beautiful. But then these guys are all third. That works out. Camp is going to be third, and so is Suter, of course. I think Backlund would probably even be a third line. Yeah. Okay. But the two second liners are second liners. We've got the sniper on the first line with Ovi, Sebastian Aho, two-way forward, I think. And Zuccarello's probably a playmaker, right? Ooh, I like that combo. Defensively, no. I don't care that both of these guys are just left defensemen. We are doing this. And Lindholm, you can play the right side. Why not? Are they both left-handed too? I think they are. Whatever. He is a top 4 defenseman, which is huge. So that works out for both of them. And then these guys should be top 6. Splendid. And don't forget the cherry on top. We've got Igor Shesterkin tending the goal. I like this team quite a bit. I'm going to say that Ovechkin has the most points with 98. And this team will have 47 wins. Let's go have some conversations about the chemistry. It's time to simulate. There was actually a laundry list of players that weren't having it, so that's fine. We will get through to them eventually. And I took a quick look because I moved Suter up where Sundqvist was, and it looks a lot better already, so I think our chemistry is going to be lethal once we convince these lads right here. Back-to-back wins against Dallas and convincing wins as well. 6-1 and then 4-0, and then another shutout against the Preds. 8-6 win over the Flyers. We are on one. Igor Shesterkin's numbers better be unreal because our defense, solid, and it's Igor Shesterkin. I mean, come on. Yeah, Yanni, there we go. After that series of conversations, there's only 2 players who are still not buying into the scheme fit. Right now, we are 19-8-0, which is pretty solid. We are first in the division at the moment. Had back-to-back losses there against Metro opponents, but then we got to win against the Sharks. Come on, guys. Stop losing so many games. What are we doing? 23-13-0. Once again, this is a team that just does not want to lose in overtime. 11-2 win against Montreal. Yikes. Seb, you're the last guy. I don't even really need you to buy in because it's already a +5. But I'm going to show... Yeah, buddy. Look at this. It is beautiful. We got +5 on the first line. +3 for our second and third. And we even got a +1 on the fourth line. Not too shabby. Defensively, we are 5-3-2, which is great. I don't understand how these guys are only a +2. I guess they are 81 and 81 overall with no abilities, but we take it. At this very point in time, we are third in the division, but let's keep... Whoa, the Red Wings are on a tear. Looks like the Florida Panthers can go on a bit of tear. Who?
I speak broken English.
It looks like the Panthers can go on a bit of a tear themselves. There we go. Second time's the charm. That's what they say, right? We are doing very well at the moment, but still third in the division, so the other teams are also cooking up something special. 39 wins at the deadline. I feel like it's going to be one of those times where the top 3 teams in our division are like top 4 or 5 in the league. I could be insanely wrong, but we will find out. Ooh, the third place team was kind of falling behind there. Yeah, see, the Flyers have 87. Leading that division was 86. We have 88 and we're second. Come on, Cats. Strong finish to the season here. We are in the home stretch, 44, 24, and 3. We got the Utah Mammoth coming up. And that is going to be a big dub. 6-3. I started like manifesting that win in my head before it actually happened. Montreal, we've had their number all year. And they beat us 2-1. What a joke. Wow, we have a lot of hockey to end the season here, actually. 1-0 loss to Detroit. Are you kidding me? How are you guys going to get shut out? Unbelievable. We could take first in the division. This is a big game. Oh, and we beat them. They're at 105. Yeah, it's up in the air. I don't want the President's Trophy, though. Well, actually, come to think of it, winning the President's Trophy has done us well in the past, but we aren't getting it this time. It looks like the Detroit Red Wings do not have it because the Oilers at 112 will be secured. It's the Battle of Florida in round 1. We've got the Tampa Bay Lightning. Hopefully we can take them down. 50 wins and 104 points will get us second in the Atlantic Division. Detroit, as we saw, won with 107. The Oilers, President's Trophy winners, they had 112 points on the season. Let's see if it was the top 16 teams that made it or if somebody got finessed. Oh no. Yeah, I'd say someone got finessed. That's pretty ugly. Oh, look at this guy go. 108 points for Seb. It's not too often we get players with over 100 points, so that's great to see. Ovi had 64 goals. Could be a Rocket Richard. 97 points. Zuccarello was over a point a game. So was Erik Karlsson? No way. Could we get the Norris as well? If I'm not mistaken, David Kampf was on the 4th line and he put up 43 points and 17 goals. Now that's a mad lad. This guy carried us because the next closest was Lindholm with 31, Provorov 28. Goaltending did their job. We got a grand total of 4 shutouts between them. I thought there was going to be more than that, to be honest. 915 save percentage. I feel like all of those came within the first 20 games of the season. Shesterkin, Montembeault, and Fleury all tied with 42 wins. Unfortunately, Fleury did it in much less games, only 62. He had a 908 save percentage. 916 for Montembeault. And this cannot be skipped over. Peter Mrazek had a season of a lifetime. Nice amount of games, 931 save percentage. That's foul. Yes, that is massive. I feel like I've never had a defenseman win the Norris. Well, it's probably happened, but it's very rare. 84 points is the league lead, and he's the only point-a-game defenseman, actually. No way, we were so close to both the Rocket Richard and the Art Ross, but Matthews had to come in and ruin it for everybody.
Crushed it.
The President's Trophy winning Oilers have Larkin, Matthews, and Konechny. Yeah, that is an insane first line. Their second line might be the best in the league. Apparently, they just outscored their problems because they don't really have a defensive core. Oh, they have the GOAT in net, that's right. So, kind of checks out. And our first round op might have one of the deepest teams I've ever seen. They got abilities down there on the third line, 2 of them. They got Strome on the second line with Hagel. Hey, yo. Who let them draft this team? How do they even have defense? They got Pelican, Jones, Falk, Zadorov. What is happening? Gibson's pretty good, but yeah, I guess this is the weakest spot of their team. You know the rules, ladies and gentlemen. First 3 games, let's see how we fare. Hopefully, we are up 2-1, or maybe even 3-0. Well, we're not going to be up 3-0, but we can still be up 2-1. Nice. Huge win. This is a big game. I love that for us. We can win in the next 2, but they can't. So I'm going to sim 2 more games here. Hopefully, we can win one of them. That would be nice. Don't you dare. Oh, my word. All right. Well, let's just see if we push 7. I'm not even going to bother. Florida, do not let me down. We don't have words, and we know you don't want to hear them. Whoopsie doodle. Simulated 1 game into the Stanley Cup final. But it is the Tampa Bay Lightning, the team that took us down, which, yeah, they were a wagon, so that's understandable. The Colorado Avalanche, the team that finished like, what, 21st? I have no idea how they did so bad during the season. This team is something. They got Bratt, McCann, and Stone. I mean, I guess they don't really have, like, goal scoring. They're kind of just, like, defensive for the most part. I mean, these guys can score goals, don't get me wrong, but Garland might be the only sniper here. Yeah, he's a sniper. Bjugstad's definitely not a sniper. I know these guys aren't. Defensively, they've got Dun playing with Perbix. 82 overall in their first pair. Very strong on the left side for defense. And their goaltender tandem, solid. So let's see if they can have an upset here in more than one way, because obviously they're the underdog the whole time through, but also they're now down 1-0. Advancing 1 game at a time, Tampa Bay goes up 2-0. Not looking good. Oh, wow. Are we going to get a sweep in the Stanley Cup final? Nope. Colorado clawing back, not going down without a fight. 3-2. No way. Oh, I thought they pushed at game 7. That would have been massive. But Tampa Bay does acquire the Stanley Cup. The Cleveland Monsters, Calder Cup champions. Brother, how'd we lose that series? We got 10 points from Ovi and Aho, 9 from Zuccarello, over point a game for Karlsson again. Even Lindholm had 5 points. This is how we lost right here. Igor Shesterkin had an 855 with a 473 GAA. This is why I don't draft goalies. Gibson was just barely floating by, had a 901. 935 for Bobrovsky through 13 games. That's really good. Markstrom had a 910, very respectable. Sam Girard, 16 points in 18 games. Kilmakar had 1 less point in 5 less games, so that is quite impressive. And your Conn Smythe winner is going to be none other than Mark Stone. Rantanen was on a heater, 21 games played, 32 points, and 18 goals. but his team didn't win the cup, so they won't give it to him. Let's check in on the awards. Art Ross to Matthews, but yes, Aho does get the heart, so we split it up. EK65 awarded the Norris. Suzuki gets the Lady Bang. That's a new one. Demidov, the Calder winner. Rantanen did... Oh, wait, no, yeah. What am I saying? I thought Colorado won the Stanley Cup, but Rantanen was on Tampa Bay, who won the cup. Never mind. Bobrovsky gets the Vezina, and Allmark gets the Jennings. That is insane. Bill Masterton to Pellick. The Clancy. I saw his name, and the Clancy Memorial Trophy is a thing. And just a complete brain fart. But you're used to it by now. Sid the Kid with the Selkie, because of course. Nate Doggy Dog gets the Ted Lindsay, and Matthews beat out Ovi by 1 to acquire the Rocket Richard. Here is your playoff tree. I cannot believe what I'm looking at right now. Colorado went to 5 games, 5 games, 5 games. It was an easy ride for them after finishing dead last in the league until they met Tampa Bay, who were the only, well, Colorado also took them to 6, but other than that, swept Boston, 5 against Philly. With that done, we have to do a North American draft now. I think that's just the rules. Once I do one draft, you have to do the opposite, if there is an opposite. If you lot could subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. But I appreciate you for watching the video regardless. If you have draft ideas, let me know. If you tried this draft, let me know what your team looked like and how you did. I thought we were going to go on a run in the playoffs, but unfortunately, we just ran into a wagon in the first round. Sometimes it be like that. It's the way the cookie crumbles.